Hello. Um, Yet again, here I am talking about my experience as an involuntary celibate. I mean, I am so sick of this conversation. Uh, anyway, gonna, not necessarily talk about the involuntary celibate. I'm going to talk about the people who create them. And you may well go, no, they do that to themselves. They're bad people. They got anger management problems. They're this, that, and the other. And it's like, you have no fucking clue. It's multi layered and it's a complex web. And you can watch a few documentaries, like Fifth Estate sort of stuff, Diana Swain, Mark Kelly, and I don't watch them very often. I don't think they're very good. The investigative journalists, uh, both of them are cocksuckers. There's no doubt about it. And they actually perpetuate involuntary celibacy in certain instances, and they promote it. They won't say that on any social media platform, but that is the truth because that's part of their investigative process. uh, because a person being involuntary celibate is not what they're investigating. Uh, they're investigating whatever it is they want to do, and part of that is creating people to do jobs. And there's some really shitty jobs out there to do, like, for example, being an ambassador to speak and have videos of yours broadcasted abroad in other countries. A lot of nasty people in the world, like in fucking Russia, Japan, fucking Hong Kong, South America, unfucking pleasant, and they have different fucking a different mentality on things, different laws, and all that other kind of shit. And so they zero in on these involuntary celibates within our relatively peaceful country of Canada. And they create conditions where they develop a sense where they're not afraid to engage in these types of conversation on social media. Mark Kelly, Dinah Swain, they have a script, they have writers, they've thought everything ahead of time. They would never take that chance. They never would because they're spineless cocksuckers, as I said. And I will point out the Yakuza, bunch of cocksuckers, every one of them. Fucking atomic bomb them. They deserve it. And likewise with all other organized crime syndicates around the world. I mean, my opinion is, I'm here doing my thing, and there is a Thanos type dude out there, man. He's gonna do it anyway. I'm not gonna get in his way. Uh, yeah, you want to get in his way? Yeah, that's your bag, man. I'm not doing that. Uh, no, but seriously, these those people who they come along all sanctimonious, like they're the good guys. They're whittling out evil, and they're doing this and that, and actually they're propping it up. Maybe just to tear it down. In most cases, that's what it is, but that is what they're doing. They want people to, be mentally unstable. They want them to have anger management issues. They want them to be a burden to society. And they create conditions where it's encouraged. And it's done in such a way that they can deny the entire thing that they've done anything when, as a matter of fact, they've just been, they're a shadow on the wall. They watch and they do, and they talk shit. That's what they do. And they prey on the ignorance of others. Unfortunately, most of the time it's mixed up, confused, involuntary celibates who don't know what's going on, And the investigation part is the blackmail part. That is the part that inhibits anybody who may see what's going on from interacting with the involuntary celibate. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes a lot of the times the involuntary celibates are not um, within mainstream society. Most of the time, they're not. They're pushed away somewhere in some dark corner, and they may not have done anything wrong. They just wrong time, wrong place kind of shit. You know, if you think fucking the Canadian government is about corruption, you are one dumb motherfucker. And I will say it. I mean, I'm up shit creek as it is. What difference does it make? Um, I don't have anger management problems. I don't have, any ill will. I just want to go about my business, not have a sore throat, drink some fucking beer, I don't know, buy some hockey jerseys. That's what I fucking want to do, okay? But no, I got cocksuckers who are fucking trying to promote fucking things because they want to find things they want to think that they're going to find, even though there's nothing to be found. And they already knew that. They knew that years ago. But it wouldn't be convenient for them. And, based on my experience and going, okay, supposing this program is effective at zeroing out bad guys, they pretend to be the bad guy. The bad guy's an idiot, goes along with them, they nail him, and everything's honky dory. Well, that's good in theory, but I don't agree with, the Dexter or the even Tom Waits from the Seven Psychopaths mentality theory that psychopaths going after other psychopaths. Because the problem is there is as many psychopaths as there were after that one was nailed because that other psychopath is still there. And he has all the tricks that the previous psychopath had. So no, I don't agree with that shit. That shit's a bunch. It's fucking retarded. That's not good investigation. That's fucking lazy investigation, and that's called fucking finding victims, like a big ugly bureaucratic spider would do. Hideous people, they're the scum of the earth, really are. And as I said, they need people to make videos on YouTube and not be following a script. Um, you know, they're talking and adding to social content that the people, who are sponsored, they have scripts and all this other kind of shit would never say because they don't ever want to be anytime inconvenienced. But they need somebody else to do it. They need somebody else to say that the Yakuza are a bunch of dirty yellow monkeys and nobody likes them and nobody should like them. And fuck going to Japan unless, uh, you know, atomic bomb, Hiroshima, Tokyo. It's an idea. I'm not the first one to pitch it. Try it again, maybe. Um, Yeah, like Mark Kelly, he doesn't care about that kind of shit. He'd never say it himself, but he needs other people to say it because that's what he's thinking. So they create conditions so that they can manipulate the simple-minded. And I don't like little cowardly cocksucking pricks like him. And then people go, "Oh, what a wonderful man he is! Look how many nice things he's doing, and he's trying to help, and he's pleasant, and all this and that." And then you dig a little under the surface, and you realize you're looking at a piece of trash. I mean, you can say the same thing about me if you want, but I ain't no pretentious fucking Canadian. I'll tell you that much. I do not roll back and go, "Yay! This I'm such a nice guy. I'm doing things, and if you don't like me, you don't like me. That's the fact of the matter." But yeah, I have said this before in videos, even years ago, that I would rather look like a bad guy than be a good guy and actually be the bad guy. Um, because the people who look like good guys but are actually bad guys, they're the ones that get the chicks. They're the ones who cause all the fucking problems, and every time they fuck up, it gets swept under the rug, and they essentially get away with it for the most part. And that is a bunch of bullshit, because they are way worse. They're entitled and privy to information. They deprive it from other people. They manipulate other people in a grotesque and brutal way. I would say indirect, but no, it's quite direct. You don't see them, but it's very direct. Um, Usually they take away everything, and what little is said to said involuntary celibate is vague, generic, monotone, over and over again. And that will actually work on someone who is mentally ill, unable to comprehend what's going on, too young, whatever, feeble in the head, old, too old, whatever, it'll work on them. And the thing is, that's not clever. It's like a black hole. And I'm sure Diana Swain and Mark Kelly, being the cocksuckers they have gigantic, massive, giant black holes that they call assholes, and all they want to do is suck everything up into it. Well, guess what? They can fuck off. Simply fuck off. Um, like unfortunately for me, I'm gonna have to deal with these bastards for the rest of my life, and they're never gonna stop haunting me. And they can do that. I'm not playing their game as much as I can. Creating this YouTube channel, I had to make it, but there's a lot of things. You know, there's no reasoning with these people. There really isn't, and it's. It's an unfortunate situation that, the opinions of people outside of this country actually matter. And that the people within this country that are running the show think that their opinions matter because they have different insight and they think that we could create a better society, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going, you're inviting fucking Yakuza to fucking, dictate certain aspects or even have a seat at the table as far as how the Canadian government operates? Are you fucked in the head or what? I wouldn't trust those fucking slimy tattoo ridden fucking filths with a fucking Mitsubishi fucking motor car. But they do. Yeah, you go ahead and do that. I'm not gonna do it. I don't trust them with shit. Disgusting people. Absolutely disgusting. And I'm using the Yakuza as example. There's plenty of people. And to be honest with you, although, I grew up in this country thinking Canada was great. Well, actually, I didn't. Most people did. I was, well aware that it wasn't that great a country. But, I mean, life wasn't too bad, I suppose. But, as I've gotten older, I realized that Canada is filled with assholes and unpleasant, intolerable assholes. And, if there's one thing that I don't mind about there being so many assholes, is that not only are they assholes to, individuals such as myself, but they're also assholes to each other. So, guess what? You deserved each other. Fuck you. Ugh. God damn it, man. I mean, I realize society has never been perfect and never will be, especially with the way it's going. But, Jesus, jumped up Christ, man. What the fuck? Rather than resolving problems, they like to fucking perpetuate them, accentuate them, drag them out. And it's like, you know, a lot of things could be solved with simple dialect. And not this repetitive monotone fucking brainwashing that, didn't work at me at the start, isn't working at me now, isn't going to work on me in the future. I can't say the same thing about all people who are in my situation. Other involuntary celibates, not across Canada, North America, wherever. Um, and also the hikikomori in Japan, they're a type of involuntary celibate, really. I mean, theoretically, if you are conditioned to never want to leave your house because you have phobias and things like that, theoretically you were an involuntary celibate because you didn't have the brains to know that you didn't really would have wanted to be in that situation had you been more enlightened. And then you got conditioned into accepting that and then enjoying that situation. And then, like, it's like, that's just how it goes. And then, people become shut-ins and things like that. I'm not a shut-in. I'm not a fucking coward. I can fucking go out in the world and I'd like to do that. But I can't because my neck still fucking hurts too much. And my doctors don't seem too interested in like letting it stop hurting. Uh, I mean, some of my doctors have made a lot of money out of me from kickbacks, and yeah, they could be on that list to be sued. I am not ruling that out. And not only the ones I do deal with, but the ones I have dealt with and the ones I haven't seen before. Because they're all kinds. And they don't have anything better to do with their time because all the other involuntary celibates are really pathetic pukes when they think about it. I mean, because this whole involuntary celibate program is one giant monster that comes along and gobbles up fucking, misfits. And, most of them get turned into puke. However, I am the Luke Skywalker, and I am going to flip the switch, and it is going to land on that fucking monster's head. I swear to God, because that is not fucking happening to me. Uh, Fuck that, man. Like I'm not fucking have something bad happen to me, even worse than what's already happened. Bunch of bullshit. This is. I don't even enjoy this conversation. This isn't fun. I got a lot of other activities I'd rather fucking be doing. Um, However, you do get cunts, and I choose these two names, Mark Kelly and Diana Swain, because I can't think of any other names to think of at the moment. There are videos about involuntary celibacy on YouTube, but I can't be bothered to watch them. I don't give a rat's ass about someone telling me what I'm supposed to be. Fuck you. I'm the one in charge of who I am, not you. And if you don't like that, then, I don't know, go suck a dick like you normally do. And hopefully, it'll have herpes on it or something like that, and it'll show on your lip. And I have to say that with caution because these people, they're exactly like the Bengi character in Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. Those they'll slink around in the shadow and they'll get you when you're not looking and surprise you. Sneaky. I don't like sneaky people. It's so fucking underhanded. And like they are predators. They really are. Like Mark Kelly's a predator. And same with Dinah Swain. And a lot of people who they think are decent people because, supposedly they're fighting evil and this, that, and the other. No, you're not. You're just a violent asshole and you join the right group to get away with that. That's not acceptable. Fuck you. You got a bunch of rules saying that you're the good guy. I'm a critic and I say that you're not the good guy. And I'm sure there are plenty of people who will say that, especially when they really get to know you and see how ugly you really are. It's like what a scenario, man. Like I was, I've only been on this earth 32 years, and I don't know everything. I'll admit that, but I will admit that some things are kind of fucked up. And not only are they fucked up, but the people in charge aren't interesting in, making sure that they're not fucked up. They kind of want to perpetuate the fucked upness. And it's like, if that's your mentality, then why the fuck are you in power in the first place? And some people go, well, if they appear to be that type of person that I've simply described right now, wouldn't that discourage people in the future from rebelling against them, and then therefore they create eventually the harmonious society that they want to? You'd think that could be a possibility, but then in comes the Bengi character. It could be 100 years of tranquility and peace, and everything's all great, and everybody forgot that the government has a dark shadow that'll come creeping out of nowhere, and could easily, bam, create you an involuntary celibate, cast you aside from society, and nobody will care. Nobody will come looking for you. And the government is the type of institution that will do it because it's they want to be able to do whatever they do and get away with it. And not everything they do is holy and respectable. In fact, it really, really isn't. Um, I mean, Justin Trudeau, he is one dirty son of a bitch. I gotta tell you that much, as well. The And so many people look up to him. Well, if you have half a brain, you don't. But a lot of people look up to him, and a lot of people go, "Well, he's got a difficult job." Shut up. I mean, not that I support everything Donald Trump does, but because I don't like Justin Trudeau, I'll give Donald Trump the thumbs up. Donald Trump's okay in my book because Justin Trudeau is the cunt over here. Maybe Donald Trump does things that piss me off that I'm not aware of, probably. But that's not my problem. My problem is I got a Justin Trudeau regimed government causing me problems, and they cause everybody problems. I'm not, especially saying, "Oh, look at me! Hey, look how I'm the top of the food chain when it comes to involuntary celibacy," because I'm not. I'm at I don't know where I am at the pecking order, to be honest with you. I don't know, but I get pushed around quite a fucking bit, and I'm gonna have fucking asshole dweebs, fucking sleazeballs that would never put themselves in any way out for anybody. They are the ones who are going to be making, observations on my video, judgments, future predictions, and not only that, they're going to try so hard to manufacture a social climate for me, to whatever design they create, and I'm supposed to be content with it right away. Got news for you, Jack. That ain't happening. Um, I'm gonna be suspicious as hell of everybody. And there ain't no, I mean, ideally, I would like to be in a social scenario where I'm not suspicious as hell of everyone, but, I'm not there. That's not what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Don't trust people. Don't like them. I think they're cunts. They won't fuck off. I mean, they pretend they fucked off by not being around, but oh yeah, they're sneaking around, critiquing me, insulting me, calling me vicious names. And then there's the medication, of course, which hurts like a fucking bitch. And, it's one of those things. And, I don't know. I'm confident things will turn out all right, but, I sleep with one eye open and I look over my shoulder all the fucking time. And I think anybody who has any cognitive ability, whether you're involuntary celibate or not, should do the same. Because we do not live in a society where people can be trusted. And that goes for anybody. That's not paranoia. That's simply stating a fact that nobody should be trusted, least of all the government. I know I sound like Dale Gribble here, but he was actually right about some things. I won't say about everything, but he was definitely right about some things. And we'll just have to play it by ear. And because you don't see something doesn't mean you may not hear it. And if you don't know what's going on, they already know my trick, so like there's no point of not saying it. But I uh, contradicted what I was essentially being bombarded with, low key bombarded with. As far as media content telling me how to think and things like that. I knew it was propaganda. I knew it was brainwashing. I've known all about that shit for years. I simply allowed them to say it, and then I saw where all the mistakes they've been making were originating from, and how they were, how that's gonna turn around, and it's gonna cause them problems. And I don't have any moral qualms about putting those sorts of people in socially awkward positions. Uh, because I guess not everyone in the bureaucracy is a lying slime bag, cocksucker, cunt, but more often they are, and the ones that aren't will certainly turn into them if the situation calls for it, because they're weak, they're pathetic, they don't want to deal with any real problems. They want to coast through their existence. I mean, everybody does. I mean, even at my workplace, I travel the path of least resistance and things like that. That's human nature. But um, if there is a problem and some people have it worse than me, and we're nicer people than me, and things just turn to shit on them, that is sad. However, I do not want people looking at me and going, I don't feel bad for this guy. Look at him, man. He's got a good paying job. He lives in a house. Who cares if he's got a sore throat? There's a family in Nairobi who has no food to eat. Why should I feel bad for him? I'm not asking you to feel bad, asshole. I'm saying stop causing me problems, or one day I'll find out a way of causing you inconveniences. I will, probably sue you, but I'll think of something. Don't you worry, because I'm not putting up with that. And that mentality, and people going, "Oh, I want to see this guy cry. I want to see him crumble, because that makes me feel better about myself because he's white." That's usually the reason, but it's not the only type of people. But quite often it is, but not always. Anyway, uh, I'm so done with this topic. This like I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to think about it anymore. People are trash. That's just the bottom line. And I'm well aware of that. And they were trash yesterday, trash today, trash tomorrow, trash in the future, unfortunately. And don't like the way society's going, but we'll just have to weather out the storm and see how things go. Anyway, I'll talk to you people later. Most of you are not my friends or anyone I give a damn about, but good night, and try very hard to rethink your life and not be an asshole. And don't feel good about yourself for being an asshole. Uh, yeah, that's all I got. See you people later.